Okay, so I think I found out, I'm not going to say a cheat code, more like a quick code. I found out a quick code for myself and how I manage my energies and being around other people that may be triggering. Okay, obviously, in order to learn certain lessons when you're triggered by other people, you got to be able to look within. You got to be able to figure out why you're being triggered in the first place. Okay, that's part of the shadow work. That's very important. And you don't skip that step, but a way to manage and hold your own frequency so that somebody's not disturbing you, especially if it's constant. So let's say, like, for example, a mother has a child and she says, "Oh, don't do that." Okay. And then she gives an explanation. She explains why don't not to do that, or she doesn't appreciate or something. Okay, and then the child goes and does it again, and does it again, and does it again, because the child's getting some form of what do you call that? Getting some form of attention, even though it's negative attention, it's still attention. So the child's recognize that that's a way to gain attention, and it also actually consume some energy from the other person. So adults do this too. And from what I've learned, people have a very funny way of getting each other's attention instead of verbally just saying it outright. So I've learned sort of like a quick code, which is when I'm picking up on somebody trying to siphon from me, for example, they're purposefully doing something knowing full well that they're trying to get a reaction. Now, I've already caught on to it. So instead of reacting, because there's no reason to, now I'm going to actually almost picture what they are trying to do or what they're going to do in advance. So I'll kind of set it up. For example, nice clean floor, and the person's always going to walk all over it, so you set it up that way. You know full well that they're going to walk on it, and you almost like invite it. So like, okay, go ahead. And this is energetically, not necessarily verbally saying it outright, because you've already addressed the situation and nothing's changed. So this is energetically now. This is energetically inviting. It's like, well, I know you can't help yourself, so I'm going to wash this floor. I'm going to clean this floor. I'm going to make it sparkle. And I know full well that you want to walk all over it. So go ahead. I'm inviting you now. So now it's almost like you're calling energy bluff. Now it's like you're setting it up for the other person. They're either going to take the bait or they're not, but you have already set it up that way. And almost every single time I've done this, the other person ends up not doing what they normally would do to get a reaction out of a person. It's almost like energetically you send it out and you're like, okay, I know you're going to do it anyway, so go ahead. Go ahead, do it. Almost like a bluff. And then next thing you know, it doesn't actually happen. And you're surprised. Like the first time I did this, it was successful. Second time, third time, I'm like, I think I figured something out here. And also, it's working on yourself too, what you tolerate, also how your reaction is, how you're actually going to help yourself keep your own power, you stay in your own control and stuff like that, instead of allowing the other person to trigger you. So it's really interesting how that works. And I don't know if it's like a quick code or something like that. You don't like cut corners or nothing when it comes to healing, but I would say that's really interesting. You can try it yourself. If you know that there's something a person keeps doing on a regular basis on purpose, after you've already set your boundaries, set it up for them. Set it up and just test that energy. Call the bluff. See how it goes. Let me know in the comments below.